probably the things to really note is you really should use the outsides of the map as much as possible, just in terms of like it's really hard to, it gives you perfect room to kite into and just harass your opponent and also have them chase you to the ends of the earth, because one of the things that is really important about this game is unit activity overall. Like, if your units are sitting at base and not doing anything, obviously they're useless. You might as well not have them. But if you so the units are most active when they're near the action, and generally the action is in the center, because if you control the center, you can control which way everybody is going. If you're on the outside of the map with scouts and they chase you with Chaos Space Marines, you've decentralized your scouts as a trade for decentralizing their CSM. Audio gone. Really? Really? Ugh.
Are they saying all audio, like both the commentary,
Yeah.
or
Both like all commentary and shit?
or just game audio?
Yeah, I really hope this won't work. But anyway, I'm gonna just show this game by like vision first. Works fine. I can see the screen. Okay, so apparently it works fine. Anyway.
Support structure complete.
So according to Thunder, it's working fine for both of us. So I'm gonna continue as if everything's okay. So anyway, going back to this game, pretty standard, like toilet like finding the scouts with the CSM. So aggressively capping while under fire. Very happy to trade blows there. Toil, knowing that probably there's gonna be an enemy there, not trying to be too aggressive. But yeah. So Chaos Lord getting this early combi flamer, which really helps against the activity of these scouts. And again, Riku is kind of feeling obliged to go with this early scout shotgun, which makes combi flaming even better. In fact,
I think part of the reason he got that is to actually have some kind of anti-garrison.
yeah, but it's one of those like double. It works both in multiple ways, which is why, like, when they talk about grandmaster games in chess, like moves that have more than one purpose. That was what makes them like more effective, right? Because they just do multiple jobs that you want them to do.
Yeah. I feel like that might have been the primary reason might have actually been for the anti-garrison, since whenever you have garrisons and you're playing as Chaos, that kind of either have to make a decision between like Noise Marines or Grenade Launcher Heretics, and they're actually sometimes when you don't actually want either of those, so it can be nice to have a War Gear option for a hero, which is also cheaper.
Yeah, but if I were like, it's my playstyle. Like, I always prefer to pick up squads over war gears that do similar jobs. And that's kind of what for me sets the Combi Flamer apart from Noise Marines, is that Combi Flamer absolutely hurts scout kiting and doesn't allow them to kite in the same way that they would want to. So for me, that's the primary purpose of getting Combi Flamer. The anti-garrison would be a bonus, because as Chaos Lord, I would want to get something like Noise Marines or Havoc.
I mean, this build that we have right here, this tick, the tick, the CSM, the tick, and then the Havoc. It's a very common build, and it's often just probably one of the best builds that you can get out of Chaos these days, both in terms of balancing cost, the size of the tier 1, as well as what you get out of the units.
Overall, though, like what's like with this 2-tick CSM Havoc build, it's relatively defensive. It's like Dark Riku's the one who he wants to bait Riku into jumping into him. Like, he's the one who's playing with the anchor point, the whole, like, it's a relatively passive build compared to Riku, who's like he's gonna get a heavy bolter dev again. Instead of going for it like after the ASM, he decided to go for it after instead of before this time, which means that I think that he just wanted to get that ASM to stop the Havoc having so much freedom in the early game. I mean, Toil just getting this bash again, and I mean, Toil's not going to be able to take too much with the solo Heretic, to be honest, but at the same time, he's got his Havoc in a very dominating position where, he just gets the instant suppression on that Tactical Marine, and Toyo will succeed to get the generator.
He gets
and swiftly
one
shoot out
generator.
there.
I mean, he was fortunate to have the ASM out of position so they couldn't jump it, although Toyleli didn't have much up there to follow up for an actual bash. He had more control than he did power to bash.
Yeah, totally. And here, like, he's gonna bait the jump and gonna retreat pretty swiftly. But overall, I think, like, just because he has to retreat now, Riku's gonna be the one who's gonna be pushing for the triple cap, and he's gonna have an absolutely fine power income after these generators finish, which they do now. Looking at resources, Holy Toilets is ready to go tier 2 in just under a quarter of a minute, really. So I don't doubt that he's gonna plan on doing that. But Riku, as I said, planning on getting the VPs because that seems to be like his best best asset. Completely whiffs on the kill of the week, which is good for the Assault Marines because once these CSM back off, the ASM can turn around and start hitting the Chaos Lord. But no, Toyleli not standing for that at all and just speed worships out, which is, you know, I think that's absolutely fine. Right?
And he actually keeps
It just means that, like,
keeps the CSM here. They're at like something like 40% health, but he can keep them around to cap. Or even to shoot, as long as he can have something else draw the fire, or even can actually suppress with the Havocs.
I mean, Toyleli accepting that, like, he needs to stay on the field because, like, he just, you know, he sees this triple cap, and this is something that I think Toyo and I differ on playstyle a little. Like, I prefer to get my units a little bit more healed up, like, whereas he's, like, completely... I think he balances a lot there, the understanding of, like, the importance of map control than I do, but, oh, what can I say? I think he's better 1v1 player than I am.
I don't think like the way things are going for Toyleli right now. About to walk his Chaos Lord right into a heavy bolter, and he actually retreats out of there. And I don't really know if he has enough to dislodge the units that are bashing his generators. But he's going to put the Havoc in the building.
No scout sergeant coming for the scout squad, so he's just trying to go for the quick bash and trying to back off.
And one of the little details there is that Riku was actually attacking ground with his flamer attack so that he could bash 2 generators at the same time, instead of even just shift queuing them.
It was a slight misplay. The scout didn't have to retreat. The scout could have gone up this way, like up to the West VP and back, because he was suppressing attacks. I mean, if he then gets the suppression on the scouts, then fair play to Toil, but losing that presence, like, look, this vanilla heretic's free to cap here. He doesn't have to waste any more energy trying to push up to the West VP. That's just a scout in retreat, right? So flank coming in from CSM, trying to dislodge this devastated Marine, but Riku should be wise, so he is wise.
Yeah, he sees it, so he's at least moving them back, trying to get them into a better position. He's going to start setting up, and yeah, the Chaos Space Marine's probably going to have to go now. And he retreats them before they even get knocked down or suppressed.
Yeah. Like, Toil recognizing that, like, and he tried to go outside the arc, and I think he could see where the arc was, and he would have walked outside it, but then saw the ASMs and knew that there was just no chance. So Toyleli getting his Dreadnought as the opponent reaches tier 2, so incoming immolate from the Chaos Lord, doing a lot of work disrupting the range damage when, like, ASMs are, like, currently tanking.
Oh no, we have a Heretic squad that might go down. I think if the Apothecary, yeah, he changes targets, this could possibly be a dead Heretic. Probably 4 health, 1. Gotta be it. Oh, and we even had a Malignant Blindness to try to save it.
He should have probably used it earlier.
Oh, unfortunately, that did not go very well at all for Toyleli. He only got 1 model off of that scout squad.
Yeah, and nice baiting by Riku, like baiting out perfectly that kill of the week, and that is almost nothing for the Chaos Lord. So he's in full retreat now. Razorback at the same time as the Chaos Dreadnought. Not ideal, but here come Marquezine's CSM. And Chaos Havocs, I presume, is going to be switching to, I'm going to say autocannon.
We'll see.
Autocannon.
In a way, I don't think it's really necessary, but why do you think?
What, against the Razorback? I think it's kind of necessary. Just in the sense that, like, the autocannon does so much damage against all of the squads that Riku has, but also will do damage against the Razorback. Like, this Chaos Havoc is less useful than it used to be. But here come the Bloodletchers, and that's a good choice. Like,
300 points remaining.
Riku is probably gonna have to spend a lot of resources. Yeah, he spent a lot of power getting Melted Bomb, getting his missile launcher. He hasn't really pimped out his like anti-melee force yet. With it, like he should be. I think he's gonna be thinking about purification.
We're gonna have a
rights
scout squad.
and scout
Oh,
sergeant.
Sinkkill definitely gonna make sure that that one of those scout members definitely gets out alive. We have Dreadnought now a little bit overextended.
I mean, this is one of the things that is a really nice difference between like a really big difference between Havocs and Heavy Bolter devs is that Heavy Bolter dev like does not telegraph when it's upgrading, whereas a Chaos Havoc is like not only is it vulnerable when it's upgrading, it completely telegraphs what kind of upgrade it's getting. So you're just like, yeah, here comes the Razorback. That's an unupgraded Havoc. I'm just gonna walk up.
You completely give away your cards, and you can't pull that strategy where you'll have a vehicle inside a suppression arc, and then suddenly it becomes a las cannon arc.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously the last cannon arc is a lot longer.
It's longer, so you can actually not even have a vehicle inside the suppression arc, and then it can suddenly be inside a las cannon arc.
But here come the Bloodletchers, and they're putting all sorts of pressure on this range blob, and unsurprisingly, they just have to back off. Like, they keep conceding ground, and phase shift comes out from the Bloodletchers. Doyle very aggressively denying space and room to operate from Riku, but how much can he actually get from this engagement? We'll see. Apothecary getting out no problems whatsoever. Chaos Lord getting out no problems whatsoever. So, all in all, it's not that much has been traded. Not very much has died. Holy Toilet going for yet another. No, he cancelled it. But
He's got a new heretic squad.
Toil, yeah, he's rebought one, but he's basically really aggressively gone up and not done so much in terms of killing stuff, but it's a bit back and forth. Then here comes the Bloodletcher straight on the Heavy Bolter devs' faces. They're gonna be in lots of trouble if they don't retreat.
Riku did not retreat really fast enough. I mean, especially when a squad like Bloodletters teleports in on a Heavy Bolter or just a Devastator, that Devastator's really got seconds to get out of there.
Yeah, I honestly think that that squad loss is gonna be problematic for Riku, because I think he needs a Devastator.
And one of the big things is that those Devastators, unlike the Tactical Marines, they do not have they don't have melee resist, so they really take the full damage. Basically just from some kind of power melee unit. A lot of extra damage, in fact.
Oh, good use of the Razorback to take care of the ASN, so they can come out, get another model, be ready for the next fight. But yeah, good micro worship. Worship from Toil, so that he just gives him so much flexibility in the fight. And where's the force melee from the Dread? Where's the force melee?
I was about to say, like, I wonder if that Apothecary could die there. That was like 2 times where the Apothecary retreated through the entire Chaos Army, or most of it, and most of it melee too, in fact, without dying.
Big engagement going on here. I think, considering how weak the Chaos Heretics are, I think like Toil could have baited out, not Toil, like Riku could have baited out the phase shift and then gone for the Chaos Heretic snipe, because the Chaos Dreadnought has no ability, the Chaos Space Marine has no ability. Like, you just go in, you try to snipe it and try to kill him off because they got no aspiring champion.
Yeah, and
oh no, these heretics go down.
Depending on how Riku plays this could be a good play to put him back in the game, both with moving a missile launcher up and snaring the Dreadnought, as well as taking out that Heretic squad.
This is problematic. This is really problematic.
We have another Malignant Blindness, which frankly never seems to work.
Yeah, I had a problem with it yesterday, but anyway. Anyway, so low, 36 HP, 35, 29.
That's got to be a done Dreadnought. I mean, he tries to disrupt the missile attack with the Chaos Lord, and it looks like the Dreadnought actually is out of range. I think he's going to try to move them up. He's going to try to use attack.
No, speed worship.
In a Razorback, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Oh, but now he's running into a second Dreadnought, so I think he...
Is he going to kill it?
No. Get it. Unfortunately, they come out of the back, and now he's exposing his rear armor.
Oh, God.
I've heard that the missile attack in the Razorback puts the truck busters to shame.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that's strong about it is that it's all front-loaded burst damage, whereas Tank Busters, it's more continuous damage, right? So it's strong in that sense. But on the flip side, Toil Ali because he's got the second Dreadnought, is committed to getting the second Heretic replacement, as in the third Heretic that he bought for the second Heretic. You know what I mean?
I've actually lost track of how many heretics he had, but certainly with 2 vehicles on the field, he's gonna need more than 1 heretic. Even with one dreadnought, it takes a lot of time to repair it, even when you have 2 heretics.
But look at this classic chaos problem. When you're wreck starved, you are wreck starved. When you're look at like his power requisition balance. Like Riku doing the right thing right now, I think. Like, he goes around getting map control, goes around taking objectives and then moving on. Like, he's just being mobile, he is just outmaneuvering Toil, and that's the only way he can really take on this composition that Toil Ali has. Because if Toil Ali gets aggressive with his 2 heretics at full health, not heretics, dreadnoughts at full health, Riku hasn't got enough. I don't think he does.
Now, with that second dreadnought purchase, it has pressured Riku to get a las cannon.
Yeah, I mean, there was no doubt. Like, even without like the second dreadnought, I would have gotten the las cannon, I think, because looking at Toil's, I mean, like, I don't know. I think just from my gut feeling, I kind of felt he was going to go for a second dreadnought anyway. But again, I think that's more personal experience with him than just what objectively is best, right? Okay, so Marker Tzeentch and Marker Korn, and look at how much range damage has come into this Chaos Dreadnought already, down to like just under a half health, 383.
Oh no!
ASM's jumping on this Tzeentch CSM, but Razorback getting really low. Chaos Dreadnought not getting too much done.
See, yeah, I mean, he's kind of in a position where he's kind of on the defensive, on the run with both of his dreadnoughts, and that's also going to require his heretics to be on repair duty. So he kind of has 4 units that are either on the defensive or, in a way, not really fighting or capping.
Yeah.
Or at best, fighting very defensively just to keep themselves alive, rather than to actually win engagements and take ground.
I wonder what Riku's thinking. Right, look at his resources. Well, obviously, his biggest choice right now is tier 3 and a Predator, or get a Dreadnought. And here comes the Bloodletters jumping in on the last Havoc. Got a lot of pressure on this to stay on there, and this Razorback is trying to like sneak. Oh, they sneak them away. That's amazing. That's so close.
The Razorback actually, I think, might go down from the Bloodletters.
It's gone down.
Wow.
It's gone down.
So
He tries to get these Bloodletters in as a trade, and I think he might. No, it's
No,
82. No,
it's too much.
Jesus. Here comes another Melta, I think. Why are you going there if you're not throwing a Melta? Riku? Oh god, that drops another ASM model. Painful. Riku just, again, going back to taking objectives. Just kill another gen, which he will do with another missile, another few shots. And we'll take another generator. So, overall, Toil, I think, really doesn't, well, he doesn't care about losing the generators. That's too much. He's got 200 in reserve, and he's really got the composition that I think he's going to be stuck with for a while, with 82 pop. But at the same time, if he does lose any of these, that power is going to disappear pretty quickly. And a squad got wiped? Oh no, he destroyed the node. I heard Tactical saying, "Die with shame, traitor." So at the middle, Toil Ali taking all the map control back in his favor, going for a gen bash. I think that's kind of what he's been needed to do for a while, considering Riku has finally decided to make the jump to tier 3.
He just needs to be a little careful with his vehicles. Where is that las cannon? The las cannon's actually back in the middle, so it's not where the vehicles are.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that, like, because up until now, Toil's plan has just been barreling up the middle, so I'm not surprised by the last cannon placement, but it was just wrong, right? I mean, from our bird's eye view, it was pretty obvious that it was wrong. So just concedes a gen farm for free, and Riku's the one on the back foot, but he's also the one with the Predator incoming, so who knows?
He's getting the Predator incoming, but he's not going to have too much of a power income after that, so it might be... He's got to be really choosy with both his... Basically just with whatever he purchases.
Don't forget, he's also got he's also got an orbital bombardment.
Right, right. But he might not.
Which-
He might not want to even get the. He might want to get the las cannon to deal on the predators to deal with those vehicles, but at the same time he might not, just considering how conservative he has to be right now with any power expenditure.
In the end, though, like, yeah, he's got. By the time like, the real big fight.
What is
happens,
Toilet Lee doing?
Premature. Oh no, this is really gonna hurt him.
So oh god, Toilet Lee kind of shooting himself in the foot a bit here.
But that was a really good barrage from the Marquezine Dreadnought.
Hopefully
to
he'll be
stop.
okay nevertheless, but
Yeah, but the
That was kinda
barrage,
funny.
I think it's a little. I mean, what? Oh yeah, so Toilet Lee went for the autocannon in the end. I don't know. Riku's just conceding a little bit too much damage for free. I find. Like, yeah, this last step better not go down because that would be so bad.
and let the galaxy burn all the way into tier 3, not even doing that much damage, but just kind of looking cool.
But then the knockback is really the thing that's.
Of course, yeah, you're right.
So, ASM just forced to jump out. I think the key is that like Riku just needs to regroup and just try to get a good push, because in the end, after all is said and done, he'll have a nuke and an Angel of Death and 40 red, and that is more than enough to push through anything as long as as long as everything goes right. And the first step would not be to lose your Predator to a rear armor hit.
Oh god, that's not good at all.
That's probably a dead Predator. I don't see that.
Yeah, especially he's driving back in. He may not even be able to. There might not be enough room for the Predator to go back around those generators.
Surely.
If anything, I thought his.
If Riku
Go ahead.
If Riku drops this gen farm, this would be really, really not good, because it complete punishes his choice to go tier 3. You know, if you lose your replacement gen farm and you lose the tier 3 unit you buy, that's crippling.
I think mentally Riku might be done right here. Activates Angels of Death, but on squads that are clearly not going to win their engagement.
And ASM might go down anyway. Probably won't.
Las Cannon Devastator even taking splash damage from the Dreadnought inside the building.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what happens maybe when you have those melee claws, man. Splash damage.
It doesn't make any sense, but okay.
It's just to stop those from countering them, I guess. So the last step's dead.
But I mean, I felt Riku's best chance may have been to use that orbital bombardment, taking out the shrine, probably getting the heretics and taking them out as well, and just seeing what else he could get in the middle. But Toilet Lee pushed forward past that.
I think I would have tried is actually like try to put him in the bottleneck, and then like use the last step to snare something that would path block everything, and then drop a. If you
Good
snare,
point,
like,
yeah, good point.
The rear Chaos Dreadnought, and you snare the front Chaos Dreadnought straight after it, and then you drop an orbital bombardment, and you snare the rear Chaos Dreadnought. Suddenly everything's like, oh my god!
It sounds like a very complex plan, but maybe if you use the las cannon to snare one Dreadnought, the Melt-A-Bomb to snare the other.
Yeah, something like that. If you snare both of them, then it's like he's kind of.
I just
screwed, right?
couldn't imagine all the Devastator retard.
But yeah, so that was unfortunate. That pred, yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that. That was sad.